Hi everybody, it's me, Mr. Foxman, and welcome to our Google Docs Mastery, which is learning how to format your Google Docs. And we'll be doing that by creating a recipe in Google Docs. I'm just going to go through some things on expectations for the assignment and also how to do certain things in Google Docs for formatting, like add a heading or adding a title or creating and adding a table. All right, so if we look here, this is going to be something new we're going to be using, and we'll be using this a lot next year. So if you look over here at the screen, you can see that we have something called Formative. And Formative allows me to share documents with you, make things interactive, and we'll be using this a lot more next year. But if we click zoom in over here, we can see our recipe page formatting requirements. So what are the key formatting requirements for creating a recipe page in Google Docs that is suitable for middle school students? And how can these requirements help to ensure clarity and ease of use for young cooks? So when you create your Google Doc, these are the things that I'm going to be looking for. Page size, your font, it should be something clear, right? Your font is your style of your text. So Time, Arial, Times New Roman, right? We could also look 12-point font. Right, that's the size. Page margins, right? Page layout. So page size, page margins, and page layout are things that are automatically started when you create a Google Doc. Things that we're going to be changing are the font, the title, the ingredients list should be in a table. Right, so if you click here, you can see links to a video on how to insert a table. So this is just instructions how to insert a table. I don't expect you to copy the one in here. You're going to make one specifically using the table for your own recipe. Right, so I'm going to zoom in. Your instructions or directions for the recipe should be a numbered list. And you should have an image included of your recipe and a citation. If you found your recipe online, make sure you cite the source. All right, so next, if you want to watch, I'm going to show you anyway, but if you forget, this is how to insert a table. You can go to the video. All right here, if you zoom in, all right, these are just an example of a recipe I made. So if you go through this, right, it's going to show you certain parts of the recipe that should have headings, should have titles, and what type of heading. And I'm going to go through that with you momentarily. All right, you should also have directions, right, and a numbered list. All right, so we're going to go here to my recipe, which is my Sunday sauce recipe. If you look here on my recipe, all right, you have something called your normal text. So if we click here, right, this is originally where it said Sunday sauce was a normal text at one time. All right, I made it a title by clicking here and making it a title. Right, when you create it and you make a title, it goes here to our outline. And you can see it takes us throughout the document when you tag it. All right, so what I want to do is I did the same thing for ingredients. If you look here, change to heading 1. Right, for the sauce, for example, if I made it heading 3, right, like this one here is heading 3. I'm going to make it heading 3. Right, I'm going to change the color over here, text color to white, and then I'm going to bold it. All right, so if you see right now, it's here. It's going to take us throughout the document. Same thing here with directions. All right, directions, I made heading 1. Right, if I made a heading 2, it's going to change it. Right, but I'm going to keep it. I'm going to go back and keep it as heading 1. All right, same thing, make the sauce. I made heading 3. Right, you can make heading 3, you can make heading 4, right, whichever one you like. I'm going to go back and make a heading 3. All right, so everybody's recipe should, if you look right here, should have your title. It should also have next your image. Don't worry about this right now, prep time. It should have your ingredients as a heading tag, heading 1 tag. And click here, it's heading 1. All right. So what I want to show you next is how to make a table, right? Just like the one I made here. So if I have ingredients, let's say I have ingredients, 5 ingredients, right? I need to make a table for 5 ingredients. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to click insert, right? I'm going to click where it says table. If you look, it lights up in blue, right? So that's telling me I need a column, 1 column. Right, so let's say I need, let's say 10 ingredients. I'm gonna click it down and I'm gonna go, it's gonna say 1 by 10. That means one column by 10 rows. Right, so I'm gonna click 1 by 10 and it's gonna create that table for me. Right, so I could type in ingredients here. Right, so let's say this is, I'm making a new ingredients table. Right, I'm gonna make that now a heading 1. If you look, it pops up over here. And this is where I can put my ingredients now. So what I could do is go to right here. I'm going to move it over to the left. All right, I'm going to put in ingredient 1. So let's say 1/2 cup of flour. Right, 1/2 cup of flour, right there. All right, make sure you're specific with your measurements of your ingredients. All right, same thing now. I'm going to do, let's say now my section for my recipe. Make it right here, recipe. All right, again, I'm going to make that a heading 1. Now I want to make a numbered list of my recipe. I'm going to go here. I'm going to put in number. So let's say my directions are here. I have my first step, boil water. Boil 2 quarts of water, right? And then I'm going to go to click enter. It's going to bring me to my next section for my recipe. Right, so that's how I started all this. Right, I have my title. I have, this is my normal text for my name. I added my picture. Don't worry about this right now. All right, I did my ingredients. Again, heading 1 for the sauce. Heading 3, I have my tables. I have my directions. Again, that's also heading 1. Right, I have my directions numbered. I made this a heading 3 to make the sauce. It's separate from to make the meatballs. I separated that. Right, and same thing, ingredients. This is the example one I made for you. I'm going to delete that because we don't need that right now. Right, so that's how your recipe should be formatted and set up. All right, if you have any questions, I'm going to be coming around. I'm going to be working with everybody. Raise your hands as usual, and I'll see you in class.